So I'm just like minding my own business, just talking to myself basically, and you just happen to come along and be watching. Hello everybody, this is me, Republic Tech, and today new video which I've been in a while, or I don't know, will this video be ever posted? I am a great procrastinator at doing editing, as my hair can look fuzzy. I hate my voice. And I think that's a sad reality that most YouTubers do. Let's give it to some editors, and I'm like, I've tried in the past, but they don't have the quality of editing that I have, which is filth. I'm not satisfied when somebody does the editing for me, so... And it's not that I like content, like maybe 10 videos late. I mean, in terms of content that I filmed but I never posted. And I'm in my new Lego room. I don't know in what order will the video come out, but you will probably be like, oh wait, that your new Lego room number how many? And what I wanted to do today was just build this marvelous set, the best Lego set you could ever ask for. With my friends, when we go do some Lego shopping, you know, we go around in Lego stores and we try to pick some pieces which might be useful in order to build. I was like, please, this set is just so cute. Those two little birds and that tree which is just marvelous, by the way. And I'm like, yeah, I need it. I want to build it. And I detained the title of Pigeon thanks to that. A ranking of who's the pigeon of the month. We know that Lego is a very expensive hobby. Of course you know. I mean, you were with me. Because I paid it full price and because I bought a set, which is something less and less of my friends are doing. They're just buying the pieces to just build some amazing creations. And I don't know if I will have released all my new creations. That's not because I'm absent that I don't do any Legos and I don't do any creations. Quite the opposite. Well, I'm not doing editing, I'm just doing building. They were like, oh well, congratulations Louis, you're Pigeon of the Month. And it's an honorific title which is given to, let us say, in a very diplomatic and certainly kind manner, the most stupid purchase of the month, which came back to me, which is wonderful. But this set is just so beautiful that I do mind. As a matter of fact, they spent more on Lego than me that month, but because I paid this set full price, they were like, oh well, you're such a pigeon. But this set is just so amazing, and we're going to demonstrate them through this video that this set is amazing. And actually it's been a year since I haven't built a Lego set. I mean, we did buy with friends some sets to part out. So what we say by part out is that you take the set, you open it up, and you don't build it. No, that would be too easy. Who's opening Lego boxes to build them? Basically spread all the pieces and organize them together, like you group all the same pieces together. And then you have game, which is, okay, who's going to pick what pieces? One person at a time will take a group of pieces. And eventually the pieces remaining on the table are the most annoying one. And I just love the box, so I'm just going to keep the box because the box is just so cute and stunning. But knowing that I will have the build now, I'm just wondering, no, maybe I won't keep the box. I don't know, that's a philosophical discussion that I will have with myself later on. Interesting thing is that when I found such a set like that, I rarely buy sets now, but from time to time when there are good sets, I will just build it and buy it. First of all, yes, you better build and then buy. No, you better buy and then build. Better that way, because otherwise it's called stealing, which is something, yeah, which sucks. Yeah, I just meant that such set, I might buy another one just to keep sealed, and like that, maybe in 10 years, if I want to build it again, I can. And that sounds very odd, but very great. I feel kinda old when I say that, but having the instruction manuals with number 1, number 2, number 3. When I was a kid, it was hardcore mode. You had all the pieces together on the same table, and good luck finding your goddamn piece. Well, now it's more on easy level, which is very, very, very useful with my nephews, because I love building Legos with my nephews. They're actually getting pretty good at it. Oh, what a surprise! A brick separator. Oh, wait. I didn't have enough brick separators. That's for my collection of brick separators. So one interesting fact, I'm very lazy, as you have found out with my editing. Being lazy forced me to go to the essential. And so one thing I figured out is that you want to hire lazy people. If you're in a position to hire someone, hire a lazy person who still has the sense of getting things done, of course, because they need to have some, it sounds weird saying that, but you need to have a lazy person who's willing to take responsibility. And I was speaking, but I just got obsessed with the pieces. So you need to hire lazy people. That's the lesson I got. Because lazy person will try to be more efficient than whatever you could dream of. Which, when you think about it, it's kind of amazing because you don't want to work for the sake of work, of course. And I love this color, brown and brown, but those are two different types of brown. And you have dark brown and reddish brown. And honestly, I just love dark brown so much. In my last creation with my friends, we built trees with dark brown. They insisted to make trees with that color, and I wanted this color. It's not black, you can see. That's black, that's not black. That's black, that's dark brown, which is so amazing. It's such a good color to be used for trees. And I love it because in the latest creation, it's all about the colors and it gives such an amazing contrast. Now, will I have posted the video showing that creation so that you're like, oh yes, I understand what you say? Maybe I won't. So you'll be like, okay, whatever you say, we don't understand a single word of what you mean by that creation. But maybe in the future I will do a video, hopefully, if lazy future me does it. So the conclusion was basically, yes, hire lazy people. It is very random. You happen to be on a video where I'm just spinning my thoughts. You knew what you got yourself into. So how do you like my new setup? It's not finished at all. As a matter of fact, I'm preparing the big creation that I'm going to do next, which is going to require an immense quantity of pieces. I have my nephew which started Legos because of me. Yes, I'm the culprit. I'm the one who created this immense desire for Lego for him, which I am totally glad as the best awesome uncle that I am, of course. Totally a title that I earned. I just love watching him build those Legos because, you know, he really takes his time. He's enjoying it and he's so happy with the result. Now the downside is that when he builds lovely creations, especially cards, he loves cards, eventually his brothers come by and just take the card, plays a bit with it, and then proceed to throw it away, especially down the stairs, which if you work in an insurance company, you know it's not a good move. Yeah. Not a good idea. Now he'll have lots of spare parts, which I feel at the same time so sad for him. And at the same time it's good because, you know, he proceeds to create his own cars, his own spaceships. You know the beautiful Ferrari? Well, it doesn't exist anymore, which is terribly... Yeah, I'm going to let you fill that gap. Awesome, genius, amazing, terrible, bad, wrong, so many possibilities. What I love the most is that I will just randomly go around and find pieces. I will be like, oh well, that piece is from that car or that car, and so I will proceed to try to rebuild the parts, and they will look like a bit of demons. They're not fully complete. It looks rather weird. And when I proceed to finally rebuild entirely a car, well, eventually it's just a question of time before it's destroyed again. You know, I'm the youngest son in my family, and I start to understand what was the pain of the eldest because of me. It took many years, true, it took many years, but it was bound to happen. So now I have a bit more sympathy for my brothers and sisters for when they had to manage me as a small kid. Imagine small Republic attack. Yeah, I did some terrible things thinking back. Isn't it what every single kid do? Nope. Oh damn, we're already finished back one. The build is already pretty sweet to do. I mean, it's very squarey, of course. You can still look at the angles. Now, that's what the thing that I love about building your own creation, is that you can do really things which are amazingly organic. In the latest creation, you can see trees which were done, and damn, the color is so good. Beyond that, the technique used make it really more organic, could be with more angles in my opinion. So I've started to dance. Now that seems to completely off topic, and it is actually. I've been hating, not hating, like I've been feeling uneasy about dancing my entire life. When I was a kid, you know, I watched of course Disney movies, I watched the great waltz, you know, dancing and very romantic gesture, etc. And I always told myself, you know what, one day I'm going to do that. I was like, it's a good idea or not. I found a school which does that. I've been monitoring it, watching it from afar. And eventually I was like, hey, you know what? Why not just learn how to waltz? 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 Wow. WALTZ. Just threw myself into the adventure. And I was not ready for that adventure. I don't know how I look on YouTube, but I'm not a very contact person. But like, if you touch me just to hug or just do la bise in French, it's basically just your cheek against the other person's cheek. It's very odd, very French. I've trained myself to do that. Letting someone be so close to me, because you have your... How do we say this? But maybe in English it's something much, much less beautiful. It will be like, oh, that's my dance partner. Or like, with your dance partner. In French we say cavalier, cavalière, which means knight. No, technically no. It more means like horse rider. So in French we say horse rider in female and in male, And I just realized that. It's so odd. I just did some horse riding. You're not doing any horse riding with waltz, right? You don't do any horse riding. It's just so odd. But well, language can be funny sometimes. And so, well, I hate physical contact. Like basically with people I don't know, etc. I'm like, don't touch me. Don't come 1 meter close to me. Like that's my private property. You can't enter there. You do that, you're dead. And so I had to learn that. We had entire days where we'll just dance fully, and I was struggling so much. But I also never danced in my entire life. Do I look like someone who's dancing? Well, maybe on my own, like secretly, but no. I had to manage all of that quite rapidly. Well, there were already many people in the group which had previous dance experience. So basically, it turned out it became a fight for survival. Only the fittest will survive. And so I had to rush myself, learn how to manage those 3 elements, get comfortable with someone being so close, being in my body, not thinking and being in the head, and also learning all the dance moves. I will be like, damn, I'm going to die. I'm not going to see the end of the day. For 2 months, anytime I will go to the lesson, I'm like, how am I going to make the day? I cannot. And so with much hard working, and please believe me when I say that one of the most painful things I ever did in my entire life, for most people is just, it's dance, it's easy. No, it's not. It's the cruel nightmare, at least at first. Now it's very pleasant. And why do I even share with you that? Well, because it's a funny story, because I thought that I was going to literally die. And I will just think to myself, why have you engaged yourself into that? It's just like when you're skydiving. At the beginning, it's a good idea. But then you get into the plane and you see how high you are. Was it a good idea? Right? Mentally speaking, it was a great idea. But ultimately, when you see the door slide, is it a good idea? I'm not sure. And I'm not certain of anything anymore. I'm thinking, well, if I do the skydive again, I will love it at the end. But before that, I will be like, I know I survived the previous time, but will I survive this time? My brain just braining. And there are some people which are like, well, I'm never going to do any skydiving in my entire life. And I understand that. Because also it's very expensive, first of all. But second of all, because it's something which makes you afraid. I mean, depends on who. I have a friend, she's not afraid of anything. That's a good quality, you might say. But the bad quality is that she has whatsoever no survival instinct. 0%. You suggest to her to jump from a cliff, she'll be like, hey, that sounds like an amazing experience. And she will do it if you don't stop her. Being fearless is at the same time a good thing, and at the same time can be very, very dumb. Yeah, I know this is a very philosophical channel that you are on. It's almost like an education program, honestly, at this point. Now we're doing something that I love, is that we're breaking the forms, as you may see, and especially there, and it's doing something a bit more organic, which is very pleasant. Bag number 5. Once I let my windows open, in my bedroom. I don't know why, but there was just a bird which came in and he was just singing. I know, what I just told you is, in terms of probabilities, odd. Or maybe not. When I said that story to my friends, they were like, okay, never heard that. And second of all, that's evidence that you are a Disney princess. That same summer, I don't know why, but I kept encountering, having encounters with animals. They actually kind of proved their point that I was a sort of Disney princess, and I don't know how it was possible. Thinking back at it, this set makes me think about of that Disney princess moment that I had. Now, those are magnificent colors. Coral? Reef. Yeah, the translation is reef. But they seem very lovely, and I just love the color and the contrast with the wood. It fits all very nicely. One of the things that I dislike more and more, and I don't know if maybe I discussed about that in a previous video, but you know, I'm growing old. Look at that beard. Say things again and again and again, and not even remember that I said them in the first place. That's just old age. Time is going to take us all. So, yeah, I am very optimistic, thank you. And I don't remember what I wanted even to say, dang it. I'm doing the wings, and I just love that there are small hearts within the wing. It's just so cute. I have such a wonderful organizer mindset that the cameras were turned off. It's possible that I was tidying things and I still kept them open while I was tidying things before starting doing this video. Of course, they run out of battery, and they take an immense time to really load. I'm just going to finish it with the phone, which also have low battery. Maybe that's a sign of life that I have too low of battery or something. I need to reload. Who knows? So we're still doing those lovely birds, which are really pretty. What I wanted to say, I found out back what I wanted to say while I was just observing the demise of my cameras, was that Lego now have too many types of pieces, in my opinion. Look at this one. Yeah. I was about to say have some flowers, but those aren't flowers. Thank you, Captain Abyss. Have some green. Green is important for life. Now, there may be too many pieces, but there aren't too many colors. In the latest creation I did something white, which is big. I needed to give it some texture, and a friend came with the idea of adding some sand blue, which is a bit of a pastel blue, but it's a very beautiful blue, which add definitely some texture. And it was marvelous because there is a big black dragon. There's this black and white contrast, which is marvelous, with some trees which have golden leaves. It's a good mix of colors. You know, I love the ambience, the symbiote. Now the issue is, while it is beautiful with the texture, if there was something like ivory white, that will be awesome. Just like also black, there are some different types of black, like, I don't know the term in English, but I think you see what I mean. In terms of colors, I won't mind like 2 new colors. If I may push the button a bit more, I will definitely say another type of gray, because as a Star Wars fan, I definitely need ton and ton of gray to do some builds. That will be very much appreciated. So if anyone from the Lego group is watching, I'm watching you too. Now, I don't know if the quality of this video is better now with the phone, and maybe people will be like, oh well, you know what, actually it is way better, stop with those fancy cameras because it's better with the phone. The same for the audio, maybe? Oh damn, imagine it is? Well, yeah. My ego takes a hit, but that's fine, I'm used to it. But also my wallet, because it serves no purpose whatsoever. Oh, and it's already the end. So we have this one there, right next to it. So why not let's do something like that? I mean, technically it's okay, but he looks rather silly like that. Hello there. I'm just hanging around. They just look down on you, judging you. Something like that. Oops. This is it, ladies and gentlemen, for this video of me building 2 lovebirds. Actually, that's the name of the set, and I just found that out at the end. Why not? And I hope that you enjoyed the building and my adventures, and with that said, may the 4 be with you always.